All right, so let's expand upon what was in the previous video, and let's break down the placement test. Anytime you get ready to go to school, most likely, hopefully you know what you want to go for. And even if you don't, it's all right. Go talk to somebody. But the first thing that they're going to ask you to do is take a placement test to see where your skills are. Mathematics, language, just general education skills. And by giving you a placement test, it will decide where you should start. You don't want to go back to school and start with the class too hard, pay the money, spend the time, fail the class. The placement test for me is a good thing, but had I known that I could have studied for 2 or 3 weeks, it would have helped me to skip a 16-week course. And that's huge. You don't want to waste your time here. You're trying to get through this. It's not going to school because it's an experience for you. We're adults, and what we really want is to move up in the world. The class we're going to focus in on right now is going to be college tech math. And college tech math is probably one of the best examples that I can use when we're talking about why we should take our placement test. When you look at college tech math, the one thing that I want you to see that jumps out at me now, didn't jump out at me when I first saw it, is the number of credit hours that it's going to take to supply. After you get done with this class, this is how many credits you'll get. This is a 5-credit class. Same amount of time. Now, I think it's 16-week classes, but you're going to earn 5 credits. And that's just going to basically tell you that there's going to be a lot going on. Why does that stand out to me? Well, for one thing, 5 credits in college tech math is more credit hours than you will receive for taking calculus and calculus 2. 5 credits for college tech math is more credit hours than you will get for actually doing coursework in what you're trying to get a job in. You see? All these other courses, that you think of as electrical engineering technology, they're 4-credit classes. There's not a 5-credit core class. And this is in the first semester. The next thing I want to look at here are these notes next to College Tech Math 1. You have Note 1 and you have Note 4. Over here on page 2 is where you're going to find the notes. Note 1, a satisfactory placement test score. And this is why I keep harping about this whole placement test thing. As you look at it, College Tech Math has a prerequisite. This course 834-110 is called Elementary Algebra. And here's the kicker. In order to get an elementary algebra, you have to have a satisfactory placement test. Otherwise, you get bumped down to pre-algebra, which also has, yeah, you guessed it, the need for a satisfactory placement test. So when you look at this College Tech Math being term 1 or your first semester, and you have a prereq, if you don't get a high score on your placement test, if you don't take a few weeks to get yourself familiar with math again so that you can jump into this class, you actually have a course 0, a term 0. And if you're not good enough to get into term 0, what happens is you actually have a course -1. And that's kind of what got me. I started out -1 You know, I had to satisfy 2 courses just to get into term one, and that added an extra year basically to me trying to get my 2-year degree and turn into a 3-year. You know, you're not going to school for a while, you forget some of the most basic things, and that's what the placement test is going to ask you. So, like I'm saying, like as you know, that's a long way to say, take a little bit of time, check it out, and try to study up. Math is a huge one. It probably trips up the most people. All those things that you used to ask, when will I ever use this for? You're going to use it to take a placement test. Last point, take a look at your prior knowledge. See if there's any way that you can get credit for working in the field, and maybe you can knock some of these classes out with just experience. So thank you again. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching the video. Hope to earn some subscribers with the information that I'm putting out there, and I'll see you next time.